Why love? Love is the moral establishment, emotional predilection, and spiritual direction for human faith, hope, and comfort, with a purpose for this prerequisite state to move improvingly forward with optimism and confidence toward the hospitable invitation of its infinite divinity. Yes, love owns the true meaning and purpose of human existence in a complete sense of the world. Moreover, love has stimulated, instigated, or initiated the creation of both spiritual universe, heavenly spirit creatures, and the material universe, planets, and immense countless galaxies, as well as including the physical world of all the living creatures of the earth. Then how much more for this same supremacy to support human imperfect soul and to comfort our inner being by liberating us biblically and prophetically from the painful apprehension of the developing process of growing old, getting sick, and that of the awaiting or approaching tenacious enemy, death. Yes, the power, the wisdom, and the justice of love will eliminate once for all times the unnatural fear of death. This will include the enslavement of human-driven ambiguities and complexities, dominances that lead human mind and drive the heart into the same circuit of ineffectuality, unreality, and vanity. Also, the spirit of love will obliterate the unsettling synthetic securities generated through materialism and contagiousness of avarice. At the same rate, love will eradicate forever the dominance of spiritual famine and moral illiteracy, a present-day condition that favorably engenders iniquitous freedom pertaining to fleshly weaknesses. Life without love is not a real one unless human existence breathes the pure air of principled love. Then such life would be tasteless, blind, and unresponsive for claiming its presence. In actual fact, the sentiment of this common hopelessness is equipped with a silent weapon. This is a stupefying condition that injects a soothing immobility through its mystifying intent in support of human moral and spiritual illiterate state. What's more, the spirit behind this carnal and worldly driven dependency is designed and designated for abusing human value by means of an encountering desire of dying, which goes beyond the imperfect reason and the reduced hope of surviving. In spite of this 6,000 years negativism and growing hopelessness, biblically and morally, human life is originated, intended, and established with eternal existence in view. In contrast, when considering animal life, including that of birds and any other organism dwelling on the earth, we ought to know and understand that such predetermined divine creativity is designed to be continuous with replaceable provisional existence. Yes, all other creatures of the earth are created with limited lifespan, but with an uninterrupted cycle of birth. Thus, for good reason, the authority of love has favored and equipped only humans to project its perfect image with perpetuity. And soon, right after the Great Tribulation and Armageddon, this condition will be perfected with infinity in view. Yes, all other creatures of the earth are created with a limited lifespan, but with an uninterrupted cycle of birth. Thus, for good reason, the authority of love has favored and equipped only humans to project its perfect image with perpetuity. And soon, right after the Great Tribulation and Armageddon, this condition will be perfected with infinity in view. Unquestionably, as love will last forever, human life will follow its authority, directivity, and practicality for all eternity. Since humans are created with an unstoppable everlasting existence, where death was no part of this perfect arrangement, except that of the other organisms, as we just mentioned, love has already made a new divine arrangement with the purpose to eradicate this unnatural intervention that has been enslaving our soul through its inevitable or inevitable apprehension. Definitely, the indisputable authority of love is going to eliminate death as the worst enemy ever. In addition, on the earth will no longer continue the fear of lawlessness, wickedness, and sinfulness, human-driven circumstances that will be eradicated along with the dreadful condition of human mortality or death. Besides, the overall act of iniquity, mental blindness, and emotional enslavements will be executed to the point of eternal elimination. Love and human life are in perfect harmony. Soon, this divine orchestration is going to adjust human mental faculty and emotional state by means of its spiritual edification. This enlightenment will gradually bring humans to mental perfection, which is the approved condition for the expectation and evolvement of their physical health in reaching the same stage as well. Human life depends on principal love and divine knowledge. We cannot move for long without love. Love is the essentiality of life. However, this indispensability is not based only on temporary conditions. Otherwise, life would continue to be the same as an unconfirmed state, which we are still experiencing today. Hence, as love is simple and yet complex, this quality must be learned and understood within the installed extending limitations that its perfect reflection permits for our mental vision and spiritual progress to step in respecting its limitless domain. Yes, we will never learn completely the greatness of love. Even our life in eternity will not be sufficient for containing the knowledge of love. Also, our mind will always have limitations, despite the power of its everlastingly established future perfection. Love is much bigger than the physical world established here on the earth. What's more, the same as we mentioned previously, love is bigger than the spiritual universe and material universe combined. Biblically, Love will continue with its irreplaceable authority beyond human mind for eons of times. For good reason then, love permits its power, justice and wisdom to be learned and understood just as a glimpse. This amount is still more than sufficient knowledge, emotion and energy provided in behalf of the obedient mankind so as to be directed and equipped with perfection for all eternity. Definitely, the same as our sun provides more than enough energy for the earth, love owns so much wisdom that human mind would never and ever be able to grasp even as a concept. Even a brief passing splendid reflection of the wisdom of love would possibly cause human mind to be burned beyond healing. Certainly, as the motivating force behind the originator of life, love knows human mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical structure beyond our reach. Yes, love knows in detail even the deepest intentions of human sidetracked and underhanded heart. That is why only love is able to provide comfort and escape, especially when our heart is in emotional pain, or since it is going through a state of desperation, which in reality might have been caused by various irrationalities on our part. Also, at the same rate, love is attentive pertaining to the created situation that might be driven within our prerequisite, so as to look for a way out in the direction of some expected aid or relief. We have seen many people or even dignitaries who act with professionalism, worldly wisdom, and practical psychology, of course, related to social matters on the field of their politics, art, sport, and various skills. But then again, when it comes to the matters of the heart, they fail to hold their family together united as one. In a sense, it feels that love merely slips out of their mental faculty by letting them be stripped of the needed perception and dignity. Yes, indeed. Even though love controls the entire gravity of the whole universe, it still continues to be patient, humble, and kind within the nucleus of its dynamic energy. Categorically, as love cannot deny its irreplaceable position in the universe and its perfect image bestowed to earthly man, this irrefutable energy will always treat us with consideration, understanding, and empathy. Despite the inherited imperfect state of our present inner being, nevertheless, love cannot be taken for granted, as it does not permit the spirit of self-exaltation and pride to challenge its authority. Therefore, love moves forward to assist, protect, and direct toward its perfect domain that kind of mind and heart which is prone for heading in the direction of its inconceivable wisdom, immense power, and perfect justice. As we just mentioned, the prominence of love supremacy continues sensitized for intervening on our behalf, since its faithfulness and loyalty cannot stand back when we are going through a state of spiritual and emotionally difficulty in life. Certainly, it would be impossible for love to deny its supremacy, divinity, and the prominence of its sovereignty. How much more so when it comes to the matter of the real life or the everlasting life. This is why we are made to love with everlasting life in view.